Hey painters. Alright, I'm back. I mean, kinda. I think that's what it feels like. So, as it's been my first video in a few weeks, hello. Welcome to my weird ass corner of YouTube. I do swear, so if that bothers you, then y'all don't need to be here. I mean, you can, just don't hit me on it. I like to just start things out very transparently. This may get a little ranty, cause I don't know, like there's just shit I need to get out of my head. You know when it like rattles around and you're like, oh my god, I just can't remember it. And I haven't painted in quite a while. I had this section done for like a couple of weeks, I think, because I was busy doing. I started 2 other paintings and shit canned them and then did some other things, but I can get into that. So we have just had Thanksgiving. So my parents were over for the very first time for Thanksgiving. They've only been over, I think last time it was for 3 days for my wedding. So I've not seen them in a year and a half, and they were over. And they stayed in our new house, which we're not technically in yet. And they're kind of obsessed with it, which is cute. So they really helped me decorate, and I still need to do a kind of like a vlog style video for that to kind of show you guys around. But I need to tidy first, and I was going to do that today, but there's a couple of people here and stuff like that, so I'm going to save that for when I know when the house is empty and I can just like show you guys around and make sure it's tidy and all that jazz. So I've been really busy with the finishing kind of touches on the house. My parents were here, so we were doing anything and everything, and you know, like just dotting about. So yeah, I just haven't really had time for painting. I did start Winter Solstice because I was like, I want to try and get into the Christmassy mood without being like hella Santa. I'm not at that point yet. So because I'm also like immune compromised, I said to my parents, I was like, the one thing I don't want you to bring is a cold. And then what happens? My dad is like full of like lurgy, and he's just like bleh with it. Then my mum gets it, and then that's it. I'm gone. So I'm like, and I got frustrated because I was like, it's the one thing. I know they can't necessarily control it. So I was like, it's the one thing I didn't want, and now I've got to like not pass it on to my husband. So that was fun. I still got like the lingering parts of it, but I'm very lucky that this time it didn't go to a chest infection. But I did preempt that, and I ordered in my inhalers, my steroid inhaler and things like that just in case. And that has seemed to help keep that at bay for now. So yeah, it's basically just been really busy. I mean, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving or Thursday, if you're in other parts of the world. I end up cooking a Christmas dinner, so I don't really do Thanksgiving food because it confuses me. And I was like, you know what, when I first like came over here and was with Doug, I did it for the first time. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do a Christmas dinner. I was like, oh, I don't care, like you do whatever you feel comfortable with. So I did that, and then now he's like, okay, don't make anything else. so I do that, and as long as he's happy, you know. And I mean, I am, because it's a roast dinner, a massive roast dinner essentially, so I will always be happy with that. So yeah, we've definitely tried to like cram in some fun over the holidays. And then currently Doug has been dealing with a bad shoulder now for about 6 months, and he's known that there's like a tear somewhere, like he can just tell. But then he went for an MRI the other day, which I think is what he started. So he's got sick off like the back end of this, and I hope y'all can actually see me paint. I've just thought, I didn't check, that he's got symptoms from this, I think. So he gets stressed out about MRIs because we're both claustrophobic. but he reacts really, really bad. And I think it's made him so stressed, and it gave him a migraine, because since Sunday, we're now on Thursday, since Sunday he can't keep food down, he's throwing up, his motion's off, he sleeps a lot, reactive to light. So we've had all of that, and with his shoulder too, it's really taken a lot out of both of us. Because I'm naturally there like whenever he needs, kind of thing, like if he needs me to grab out, or ginger ale as if he was pregnant. I've been doing that too, which makes us chuckle. I try and make sure that he's sorted, you know, and like looked after. It takes a toll, because then I've had like this sickness thing or whatever, and we've had parents over, and it's just been very, very busy. And then with Doug trying to do the end of the house thing, and he's trying to get it done before, because now we know that he's going to have surgery on his shoulder, because the MRI results came in yesterday, and he has like 7 tears in his shoulder. He's got frost shoulder, signs of arthritis, and also tendinosis and something else. So it's basically like held together with like one strip of tape. Currently is his arm. So we're trying to not like exacerbate that, but you can never really like tell with these scenarios until it can happen. And he was put into PT. I told him that was a bad idea before an MRI, but you know, men, they don't listen until they're slapped in the face with it, but whatever. And so the MRI kind of stressed him to the point where he got a migraine, and then the MRI, we ended up managing to get it. So originally they wanted the MRI to be in Hamden, Connecticut, which is near New Haven, one of the pew cities of Connecticut. Normally, if you hear about shooting on the news, I'm like, oh, is it Hartford or Connecticut, Hartford or New Haven this time? And Doug's like, oh, it might not be. And I'm like, pick one. We'll get it right. And so when he said Hamden, I don't really drive on road, like, it sounds strange, but because I'm still getting the grasp of like the roads and things like that, I drive fine. There's nothing, but it adds stress to me, and then I get sick. And we were both dreading this drive because it was 8:30 at night, and I've never driven that route. And he would be on tablets that make him loopy, so I'd have to drive at least back. And when he had the added sickness, I'd have to also drive there. So we didn't also want to drive, because he gets motion sickness with this. So it was really like testing us how we were going to get it. And then up until the last minute, they couldn't move it. But then they had a cancellation on Tuesday for 2:30 in the afternoon. I was like, hell or high water, I'll make sure you get there kind of vibe. And so he did. I managed to get food in him, and like the ginger ale helped a lot. I've now got him on some Dramamine too, because I've heard that helps with nausea too. I was, you know, when you Google and get down a rabbit hole. And so he's getting back, but it's taken a lot out of him. So this week we're kind of waiting to speak to the CEO guy here in Stonington, who's a little bit stricter than the Westerly guy. But we need to know about this crack that's in the floor in the basement, because there's a very strict list that you have to kind of adhere to get the final clearance for the house and that you can move in. And that's one of the last things that's kind of on that list. We've done everything else. Like, I've manhandled everything over here. Like, I've just brought so much shit. I've done guy jobs. I'm like I'll muck in with the best of them. Like, I need to order Doug's Christmas present. So I always get gifts so you've got funny gifts, sentimental, and useful. So you kind of like tie in like all three, and it rounds out the day, in my opinion. So his sentimental gift this year, it may seem extreme, but it's a shuffleboard because his granddad used to have one, and he has very, very fond, vivid memories of it. And he mentions it every time, because every year, like 1 or 2 weeks before Christmas, which we have to do still, we go to his late wife's grave, and then both sets of his parents and his grandparents. And he has very fond things of his granddad. So I was like, I want to get a shuffleboard, incorporate those memories, and then also, if any of his kids ever have kids, then he can be that granddad to them, and give them the memories. So that, and I know he's gonna love it, because my husband wears his heart on his sleeve, bless him, and I'll never fault him for it. So I'm kind of like, but that bitch is heavy. Like, it's 9 foot long, I think, at least 9 foot. And yeah, so I'm kind of like on the thing of, I need to get that sorted, because I'm gonna have to lift it. And I was like, so how, like, does the basement get like mold and stuff? And he was like, I wouldn't put anything down there right now. And I was like, now I'm gonna have to put this 9 foot whatever long thing in the gym, which currently is empty. We've got a couple of things to go in there, but I'm gonna put the shuffleboard in there. He can't, no, he won't get mad at me. And I've measured it and stuff, and we have the room, but like, I'm gonna end up, and I know for a fact that I'm gonna end up trying to put that entire box in my Jeep by myself. I've heard it's like 175 pounds, all of it together. And like, in my head, I'm going, oh, is that too much? Because I'm gonna have to get it dropped off, like shipped to our old house, obviously where we currently live. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to cover the box anyway, so he doesn't see what it is. And then, because I want to put it up before he kind of sees it as the present. I don't want him to like, hey, here's a box, now help me lift it like into the room. So I need to get it, but I'm also like, oh my god, I need to hide it. I don't want him to know anything about it. So yeah, I'm kind of dealing with that. And then in my head, I'm like, what if it doesn't fit in my Jeep? And yeah, so there's that. And I realize I've been talking like a mile a minute, but it's one of those things. I haven't seen y'all in so long. Oh yeah, so apparently I switched right back into my Yorkshire accent when my parents were here. He was like, it was the most Yorkshire I've ever heard you. I was like, I don't even know. It's like, I just knew it felt good. Like, I don't have to tone it down. And he's like, you never have to tone it down for me. And I'm like, but you don't understand me. And he's like, I know, I put it through my processor and then it takes me a couple of minutes. So, and I'm like, I know, but I just try and make it easier for you. Which is adorable. And I was telling Irish a couple of weeks ago that, now this is the one that I might get ranny on, because I can't help it. So with my AuDHD, I was told I have a very strong justice complex. Sorry. And that kind of sticks with me. So bear that in mind when I discuss what kind of has got me a bee in my bonnet. So let me change. Oh, I noticed that this is a Norse Alchemist pen, and this one's a Donna, and the weight difference, but like I said, I've pretty much stopped buying. I did just buy one, but we don't have to talk about that. Anyway, so the thing that has me at the minute is online. You've probably seen a lot of the go-between with Americans and Brits and food, right? Unfortunately, I wish I didn't see it, but because of naturally me being here and me being a Brit, that I see a lot of it. And from what like people have sent me, sorry, I need my Pepsi. And I fucking swear that, oh, these fucking people. So the issue I have, like, I think, in all honesty, there's food on both sides that we're not all gonna like. I don't instigate people by saying, oh my God, I hate American food, I hate this, I hate that. Like, you've not got a cuisine, or, you know what I mean? And if I see another comment that says, they conquered the world for spices, but they don't use any, like, ever, I swear to God, I'm just gonna tag them in, like, videos by, like, is it like Josh and Mama? You know what I mean? And, like, the one that wears the chef's hat and used to have the Walmart trolley in her kitchen. And Alexandra Sip, you know, like, all the people that you see cooking America-wise, and be like, but then you guys have got this. Because oh my God, I swear there's nothing that gets me, like, more enraged than people bitching about another country's food when in all fact they've probably never left their state. You know, that's what bugs me. Like, oh, it's just a joke. Okay, what if we do it to you in retaliation and you don't find that funny? So you all need to make your mind up. Like, it's man. And I find that some channels, for me, make it worse, because you can see them kind of instigating that in, like, their comment section. And I think that's the part that annoys me the most, because I'm like, and it's by British people, so British creators that instigate it. And there's some that don't, there's some like Kalani the Ghost Hunter, oh my God, there's like so many others that I've forgotten the name of, that travel the UK and like really enjoy the culture and learning about it whilst trying the food. And they don't encourage that kind of back and forth in their comment section, because they're like, there's no need. So then there's a couple that do. So this one might be a surprise because they're fucking loved, like, worldwide, and they've been on TV in America, but I'm throwing Josh and Jace in there. And it's not that I don't like them as people, like, they can do whatever they want, but to watch them actively shit on, like, the place they're from for money and, like, views and stuff, that's the issue I have. I'm going quiet because there's people in my house. Oh, they're going in the basement. You know when you can hear them, you're like, oh, I don't want to sound stupid. So yeah, that's what I have the issue is that country that you still live in, and I get it, you travel to America, you try different things, you go to different parts of the country, cool. You don't have to instigate your entire comment section to then shit on the place where you still live, that you grew up in, like, you have eaten there your entire life. You know what I mean? Like that, you have to have some sense of, shit, I grew up there, a little bit of pride, to not over the money aspect of it. That's the bit that fucks me off. Like, I get it, it's engagement, it's like views and money, but then and then you're asking us to, like, that you're genuine and whatever, but then you go and do that. That's the more. I can't, like, if you're going to be genuine about it, you don't instigate shit in your comment section. And I said to Irish, I think, like, the other week, that I shared this fucking clip that one of them had put, and it was literally like, it annoys me just thinking about it, but it literally said, oh, this was Facebook. Now, Facebook seems to be a big thing for them. And it said, I defended you today, America. And then this BS story, which probably didn't happen, and was all about the fact that some British person had slagged off American food. So naturally, every fucking one in their comments was like, oh my God. Like, and I'm like, really? You needed that post to, like, really, like, garner more people in your favor? And that's the part I just can't. I can't. Like, I get, fine, you want to try another place's food, cool. Like, there's really nice stuff over here. But to then have your entire following shit on the place where you grew up, still live, and have lived for, I'd say, at least 25 years of your life, just for money. I can't. No. Especially to people who are the most patriotic fuckwits, probably planet-wide. Like, I wouldn't think an American would be okay with it being roles reversed. But there's always this hypocrisy. And I love Americans. This is not slagging you off, but if an American went to the UK and kind of shit on America for money and views, y'all would be in uproar. That is my whole point, essentially. Now, thank you for going to my TED Talk, but I needed that out of my fucking head. It's been rocking around my noggin, for too long, because that like, especially when there's just no need for it. Like, you could just leave it at the fact that you're traveling around America, you're trying different stuff, you're letting us know what it's like. Cool. Like, when, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, getting the old grannies and the people to like fucking fawn all over you and be like, oh my god, you're welcome at my table. Yeah, that's because you think they're cute and they're like young enough to be a grandkid. You should see some of the comments. Jeez. But anyway, whatever. Y'all do you, but I just think a little bit of pride in that part wouldn't kill you. You'd still have the fucking money and the views and bullshit. Ooh, spicy. Now I feel better. So yeah, that's just in my head. Like I said, there's good food either side of the pond. And it's funny because some of the big American dishes, like I'm on the East Coast, and one of the funny things is I had a dental nurse I go for a cleaning twice a year, and we're on about food, and she goes, and I said to her, I was like, well, what's like some of your like warm comforting food that you're like you love now that it's September, like what can we cook? And she said, I dead ass tell you, and she literally just stared at me and goes, oh my god, there's this American thing called shepherd's pie. I'm sorry, what? What did you just say, love? There's this American thing called shepherd's pie. And I was like, yeah, about that. That's British. No, it's not. Yeah, about that. It really is. So then she wouldn't believe me till I'd like Googled it, brought it up, and like, then she was horrified. Because she just said to me that like, oh, but isn't like English food like horrible? And I genuinely, I was just sat there like, this is what happens. Like, and yeah, but yeah. And don't even get me started when they find out about apple pie being English as well. You know, like the greatest American dessert. I don't think so. But yeah, like I said, there's great food either side of the pond. So me and Doug here, when we go out, if we see a place does fish and chips, one of us has to try it. Like, it's just a given. And Doug prefers the fish and chips on my side of the pond. So now he gets annoyed because none of the ones over here are anywhere near. So he goes, so like he'll try it and he's like, I'm so disappointed. I'm just like, We found one good place when we went to Newport, Rhode Island, for our anniversary, because that's where we got married. And we went to the Reef, which is right in the marina, like harbour area. And it was beautiful. And yeah, it's just one of those things. But I'll quite happily try American stuff. Like, it doesn't bother me. But then I'm like, guys, you want to be... And like last night, I get stuck on these fucking bullshit reels. And it's like, what was it saying? Oh, that was it. He was doing a chippy tea. So he was like doing like chippy chips and like, I think it was a battered sausage. And then he was rage baiting though, so he put like mushy peas, gravy and curry sauce on the same plate. Now everyone was like, oh my god, like what's that green like hazardous slop? And everyone's like, dude, you eat like fake cheese out of a can. Like, shut up. And I was like, well, that's a fair point. I forgot about the cheese in a can. But again, we're both as bad as each other. Like, we literally just are. And then the other one, which I find funny, is the that this is why we don't find like any British like restaurants. And we're like, a lot of our food is in pubs where we're from, so that's kind of understandable that you wouldn't find them here. And it's like, and then everyone was saying, but then what is American food? Because that's all based on what immigrants bring over and is taken from. So then there's these battles, and I just watch them. I don't get involved because it just brings my stress levels up. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but again, it's one of those things. And so they're on about all that. And then they're like, oh yeah, but like New York's got everything. It's got pizza. It's got like different stuff from all over the world. It's not like you guys. And it's like, the fuck do you think London is? You pillocks. Oh, because that's not got, like you shit on our national dish being Indian. It was created in Scotland, for starters. And it's like, at least do a little bit of digging or like history before you try and fucking school us on our food. Oh, the other comment, I see everybody comment, oh my god, why do they still eat like there's a war going on? Oh my god. Like I said, I'll refer you to like fucking all the TikTok shit that we see being put out of like Americans cooking. I don't want to fucking hear it. Like, I season my food to death, and I don't know. It's hard, but I think it's become so much more prevalent and like in my face, like the whole thing of it. And Doug's like, he laughs about it because we travel quite a bit, and it's to different like areas of both the US and the UK, because it's very important for me to learn more about like his area and where he's from, and him about mine. But we like the differences. We don't constantly like, and I swear it's just people being led around by their dick by somebody on fucking, when I see on Insta and it's just this guy being like, oh my god, pass. Alright, so clearly you've never fucking tried it, but you're judging it. God forbid we do the same back to you. You have a fucking absolute field day and wet your pants. Like, you can't have it both. You know what? It's doing it again. Swear to God, it just raises my blood pressure. And it's one of the most, but this is the thing, right? With AuDHD, I get so like fucking invested. But anyway, if you're similar, you'll understand. But yeah, I'll season my shit to death. And yep, that's about it. Just don't eat other people's fucking houses. If you're that fucking stressed by what people kind of eat or cook, you know? But that's why I love Thanksgiving. Like, I finally had a roast. I don't cook them that often. Like, where I'm from, it's like every Sunday we have a big dinner. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, one of those things. But yeah, don't shit on our food if you've not tried it. That's my biggest thing. If y'all never left your state, and I'm not saying you guys, I'm saying the fucking people who run their traps, that, yeah, just not interested. And I'm in New England and I hate seafood. I'm in such a bad area because everything seafood, my husband loves it, and I'm like, no, I can't, like, it's just one thing I can't, like the texture of like, so y'all call it shrimp, we call them prawns, and I learned that early on, and it's just, it's the texture, the chewiness, no thanks, But yeah, y'all eat it. I'm not over here fucking having a heart attack over it. Oh yeah, there was another guy on Instagram, Harley the Brit, who moved to Utah like 5 months ago, I think for his wife. And he looks American until he speaks, and that's his whole shtick. And he really instigates. He's all like, he'll post something that someone in the UK has like said, And he's like, oh yeah, that's where I left, like, and I'm like, again, another one for fucking, like, rage baiting and, like, clicks, you know? And it's just one of those things. It's like, nobody's asking you to stay in the UK. Nobody's asking you to, like, leave. Like, the media is so bad on both sides of the pond. Like, we paint each other out to be absolute dicks on both sides. It is really that simple. Like, it isn't all doom and gloom in the UK. Don't get me wrong. There's been changes, a lot of changes that a lot don't like. But it's the same in America. So it's kind of like, y'all need to fucking go outside and smell the roses, because, nah. I'm looking at the amount of tinsel I've put up on this centre beam. I went to Walmart with my mum, and she's never been to a Walmart, so that was hilarious. And I said, right, I'm going to come over, pick you up at like 8 in the morning. I want to be out the door by 8, because all the old biddies come out at like 10, and then you can't get to a checkout. So we went so early, and we didn't get out till like 11:30. I was knackered, and I bought 12 lots of red. Over here they call tinsel garland. So I bought 12 lots of red garland, and then 11 lots of the green and red. It came out to over $100 just for garland to go. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll put it on all 3 beams. It's not long enough for all 3, so we've just had to like make the center beam fluffy. And then I put some like bows on, and then tinsel on the archways, and I hung it up with sweet peach putty. I was like, I don't want to put tape on the wood and stuff. So I was like, okay, let's put that up instead. So that's a nice new thing that I did. Where did I put that? There we go. But yeah, it's just a massive adjustment at the minute, so I'm really not. I know on Instagram a lot. I've basically given up on TikTok again, because if I'm not posting on Instagram, I'm definitely not posting on TikTok. So yeah, I'm kind of like, for now, I'm at a loss, but it's definitely getting there. You know what I mean? Like, everything just has to fall into place and kind of settle again, and then I feel like I've not got enough of these colours. Oh, and I did. Okay, so I haven't done like a haul video recently, and I did buy, you know me, I did buy the mystery boxes on DAC. Now, I only got a notification yesterday that one had shipped, so I ordered one of the number 1s and then one of the number 2s. I did use points on the number 1, so I only had to pay shipping, which is nice. That was a good amount saved. And yes, I'm waiting for that to come in, and I only ordered one that came in on restock, not even. Oh no, I did order one off Black Friday. It was the Claudia McKinney, the very first one that was posted to Instagram. So yeah, I ordered that. So that one's on its way in. From why are y'all not fucking? You know what? You bitches are testing me. So they're like on their way in. But at the minute, because we're living at the other house and all my stuff for Diamond Art is over here, I'm kind of lost. And I've come over to water our Christmas tree, because I got to do that too. But yeah, I apologise for sounding stuffy, but my nose is like blocked as all hell. What am I doing today? Yeah, so there's going to be this mad, and oh my god, yeah, Doug's work is so busy, because everyone and their grandma like didn't get their boilers cleaned or whatever. Oh, it's been like 3 years and now we've got no heat. And he's like, well, no shit. And he's like, well, can you come out today? It's like, you don't think we've had 25 other calls that need heat today? And you're calling at like 4 p.m? I swear, these fucking people. And then I'm like, you did not just pop off. And then and then they'll add on that, oh, well, we don't really use that room, but it would just be nice to get the heat back. And it's like, so we're supposed to prioritize you over people who have no like heat throughout the entire house. Like, we literally only have 3 people, 3 people, 3 vans that go out, and that's maximum. They do like 8 calls per day each, and they've currently, we're booked till like January, and that's, a lot of other people are booked up worse, but Doug's managed to kind of, he's really good on the phones. This is why I don't want to do it, because he knows a lot of information about what they're calling about, so like furnaces, boilers, and he can tell them directly over the phone. I would have to be like, oh, well, he's gonna have to call you back, and I just see that as pointless. So a lot of times he's like, next week we've got 5 oil tanks or boilers that we're doing. Oil tanks, I think we're doing, and they take all day, because like you have to, like, we bought a truck that we take the oil out, filter it, put it back in, we then filter it again, then put it back into the new boiler, and like we do all that and stuff, but again it takes all day, and then the boilers also take another guy off a job, so it ends up being 2 vans on those. So he's managed to field the schedule really, really well, because he can narrow down when certain things need doing and when they don't. He's like, well, if it's not leaking to the point of like water leaks, if it's not leaking to the point where it's gushing or whatever, you can hold off a couple of days. So like he'll know when to like field the panic of people that call up. And like you'll get the ones, we had so many after Thanksgiving that were like, oh, can you like come out, like we've been resetting it for almost a week, and it's like literally this was Friday at 4 p.m. and I'm like, so you've been doing it for a week, you didn't think to call before, and now you want us to come out on a Saturday for no, like, we only do like weekends, like on-call fee. And then they have the audacity to be like, but why am I being charged extra? And it's like, bitch, we have a life on a weekend. If you couldn't manage your time and like call us within that week period that you've been doing this, oh my God. And he has way more patience than I do, because I've said to him, I was like, I'd be on there going, just put a jumper on, stop fucking panicking, and sort yourself out. Like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, that's just me. And don't get it twisted, I am nice. I have a limit where people, if you're testing me, don't expect me to not kind of bite back, because I like the way, if you speak to my husband in a certain way, that's it. I'm going down that phone at you. It ain't happening. And he's too nice. I'm like, why did you just do that? Like, they were clearly like taking advantage. Yeah, well, they're old. I'm like, yeah, they're the worst ones for it. Anyway, I said it was going to get a little ranty. I didn't yell. I've not yelled though, so I think that's an improvement. I think the diamond paint's calming me down. I've been gaming a lot, but I've been staring at that fucking computer screen, gaming, and now my head is killing me. So I'm like, well, that was smart. But yeah, I figured I'd bring you along, mainly because I finally brought like my recording stand over. I haven't really finished this desk. Oh my God, why are you all popping up? DAC, you're fucking me off, pal. It's not that sticky, but the bottoms on these are really shiny. And I know that sounds stupid, but when they're shinier, they don't have as much stick. Let's see. They're back in the basement again, I think. Yeah, they are. I can just like hear them. It freaks me the fuck out. Oh, how long have I been 9 year off? Oh, 39 minutes. Yeah, you can kind of see. I didn't want to be like so zoomed in that you couldn't see. But yeah, how have y'all been? Because I have been slacking on literally on all socials. I'll post like the odd very quick story, and then that's like it. Like Jessie turned 1 on the 4th of December, and she's gotten so big now, bless her, but we're taking her for her first grooming next week with Charlie, because Charlie gets too scared now to get out the back of my Jeep. So and I think it's only since we got Jessie, so I feel like he just thinks we're dropping him off and leaving him. So I'm gonna take them both together. Last time they had to like lift him out of my Jeep, and I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, just get out. But oh, piss off. No. Did y'all see that fumble? Fucking swear today. Can you not? My brain is killing me. Oh my god. So, did any of y'all watch the Diddy documentary? Because I did. I was a little bit late though, so I kind of like obviously saw all the stuff about it, but damn. And then like last night I got in my Jeep to like come up here to water the Christmas tree, and all that's playing is like Park, Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe my phone's been listening. It was the weirdest Spotify mix. Don't get me wrong, I didn't hate it. I was like, oh my god, I've not heard this in ages. But that shit was funny that it was just like all in a row. You know when like you do like a yearly roundup of these, or like, look what I did. I don't even think I've done like 25. I don't. I've started so many this year and like just not. Oh hello. Not finished them. Oh, I've been ordering the you know, the wooden, whatever they're called for the frames, you know, the magnetic frames. And I saw somebody that used a staple gun to like make sure that they stayed up. And I was like, that's either like the best idea ever or it's gonna tear. So I'm kind of curious, but I did order a staple gun and a frame to kind of see, because I really want to put more up in the house. Like, because I've got a lot of white walls. So, gotta do something about that. But I'm just excited to like move in and actually like make the house lived in. Because we don't have a bed in our room, because naturally it's at the other house. And Doug's like, oh, like you've moved over too much stuff. And in my head I'm going, I've not moved over enough. Like, nowhere near. There's still too much at the house for my liking, but I'm exhausted. So, that's not happening right now. I mean, I'm gonna get like another wind when the CO's finished. That's gonna be my next like push forward on it all. Seems to be the best kind of idea. I just realised I stopped talking. Y'all are probably fucking grateful. If you're still tuned in, that is. Oh, I also binge watched Owning Manhattan yesterday. Completely devoured that. I find Ryan Serhant really funny. That's my kind of. Just watched it in the day. But I even got my husband watching it, that was kind of funny. But then he was like talking with the dogs over like in the important parts. I was like, no. Just like me in the background, just turning it up every time. Like, sorry, honey. They're going up and down that basement like the clappers. I feel like I've run out of steam. I'm gonna do this a little bit and then I'm gonna probably put it away. I also didn't really sleep a lot last night. I was up at like 3 or 4. And then just did the usual and stayed awake. Ordered a shit ton of books. And just, yeah, a lot of books. But I'm excited for them to get here and read them in my little book corner. Oh, there's one there. Alright guys. Well, there's a little 3. So I'm probably gonna water the tree and then go home for a nap because I am knackered. Well, thanks for joining me on my it's that way. On my TED Talk. It's much appreciated to have an audience. If you think I'm back crap, then that sounds negative. But I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Alright. Now, I did order one of those like little arch light things. It does make a difference, look. But sometimes the light's too bright, so I'm just gonna leave it turned off. But anyway, in the next one, it might probably be, that's kind of a double negative there. It'll probably be a house tour if I get my ass into gear. But yeah, thanks for joining me on my little bit of damping and my catch up and my little rant. And I will see you in the next one.